Oh, how is it going? I really hope you're doing as good as I'm doing today because I got some shit to talk about. I gotta calm down a little bit. Just a preface, today is the first day. Like, I've taken a little bit here and there, like half scoops of stim pre-workout, but not a lot. Like, nothing over like 100, maybe at the most 150 milligrams caffeine. I haven't done like big doses, like 300 to 500 milligrams since I was around like 18 or 19 because I was just going crazy back then. So today I was like, you know what? I really just feel like trying something new. It's the first day of the peak week of block 1. So I'm just going to just feel it out and see how it kind of goes. You know, not overdo it. At least that was the hope. And I ended up taking a full scoop of some new pre-workout I got that had a lot more of those chemicals that give you the pins and needles, you know, if you know, you know. And I didn't realize it was 300 milligrams until after I drank it. And I was like, well, we're in for a fucking workout. And oh boy, the tunnel vision was crazy. And no, I will not be taking that much pre-workout again because, first of all, I used to be addicted to it and I got dependent on it, and it would make me very anxious if I started performing poorly in the gym. So I don't do that anymore. But you know, today was a great day. I've learned from my experience, so I was at least able to like keep my shit in check, keep my mental status cool and collected for the most part, but still had a very, very, very productive day. Physically, I'll give it a 9.4 because I think this is more because of the pre-workout, but towards the end of the workout, I just full crashed. Like, I ran out of energy so fast, especially right after overhead squats. I just had nothing left. So while I maybe I should have had a little bit more on the snatch pulls, I don't like going super heavy on them anyway because I don't want to blow my back out. And it's just meant to be kind of a CNS burner. It's not something I'm really trying to like PR or whatever. So it's like, it's chill that I ain't going to go too crazy. But realistically, I PR'd all my lifts today. I've never done 235 for a triple on snatch. I've never done 255 for 6 on overhead squat. And I've never done 345 for 3 on snatch pull. Even though the snatch pull, it was kind of a given that I had that. But regardless, I'm very, very happy with the form. Getting my shit together. Had really good homie time, so that was awesome. Mentally, 9.75. Because I was just living in the moment today. I got to really relive my greatness to fucking toot my own horn, you know, not trying to be egotistical, but just more, I'm extremely prideful today because like the new program's working so well. I say this just about every time I rewrite a program because every time I do it, it just gets better one step at a time. But this is the first time in a long while where I feel like extremely confident in my efforts. You know, it went way better than what I could have asked for. I was honestly really afraid that it was going to feel weird and I wasn't going to perform that well because I haven't gone heavy in a little bit. And last program I tried out, I was just rep maxing all the time, so I almost got injured on my left shoulder and elbow. And I felt like shit by the end of it, so I was really scared that those feelings were going to transfer over to my new training block. But I am proud to say that they didn't, and the effort that I put in with the volume and the slow grind up with the weight along the way was extremely worth it. I am very, 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 very happy with how it went. And again, having any sort of homie time to boost that shit up, just fan-fucking-tastic. Like, the feeling that I get when a homie comes up and daps my hand with the crispest clap you've ever heard, and he's just like, dude, that was really fucking impressive. And I'm like, man, I fucking needed that, man. God damn it. It's like only the homies will know that you just need that little bit of extra goddamn support sometimes. But mainly today, I kind of want to focus on just really getting to live in that moment of grace. You know, that moment where you feel like time kind of stops, like you don't worry about the outside world for a while. Like, for example, I have an exam tomorrow at 1 that I haven't studied for a couple weeks. But because I am so passionate and I'm not that I'm nonchalant, but more so that I'm confident in my abilities. You know, I think my discipline, consistency, and passion along the way and all the things I do, not just weightlifting, but even more than that, especially in weightlifting, has transferred over to the more stressful parts of my life. Like stuff with school, I don't really give that much of a shit about school. It's one of those things where like I will do my best to have a better mindset about it along the way, but the stuff I learn is not super important to what I want to go into. It's just kind of the paper at the end that I really, 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 really want to continue going forth in the career that I'm choosing. But I'm trying to make the most of it. You know, I tell people a lot that, like with studying, even if you're studying shit that you'll never use again or doesn't pertain to your life, the knowledge and the skills that you acquire that you have to develop to learn more is what is so important about school. You know, it's not so, to me at least, it's not so much exactly what you're learning, unless you're doing something like fucking med school where you have to know literally everything. But for more, like, let's, you know, look at high school. Like, most of that's, like, not useful in anybody's daily life. But I think that learning how to learn more efficiently, faster, with more quality, with more longevity, that's the type of stuff that really matters when it comes to school. So stuff like that, I'm taking more of a grasp onto, and like correlating that with weightlifting, rather than get upset that I almost injured myself last program, or that I was really happy about last program for so long and it ended up just not working out by the end of it. I got my shit together and I was like, okay, I can be mad in the moment, but let's move on and try to recreate that moment of absolute fucking grace. You know, like what can I do to get to that point where I'm just on top of the world, where time just fucking freezes and I'm like, man, this is like my moment in a way. Not to fucking try to sound like a main character or anything, but it's just, that's how it is. It's how passion in life is supposed to be. You know, it gets you so riled up in the moment when you put in so much work over so many months, so many years, that it finally comes to something and you're like, oh, finally that bit of progress that I've been wanting to see, so that I know that I'm on the right track of progress. Because I will always stay consistent and passionate and disciplined, all that shit, just because I love it so much. And because I've gone through it for so long, I know that these efforts are not fruitless, you know, even if I don't see the numbers go up right away. That's what's so hard about starting something new, is that first step is always the hardest. And what people don't realize, especially with stuff like weightlifting, is that first step can last like 6 months, you know, until you really get a good grind for it, or a good comfortability of what you really want to do. It's different for everybody. You never know when you're going to be able to truly pick up that passion and be like, damn, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to love and appreciate in my life. But more so than that, it's, you know, being confident and relying on the experience that you've had up to this point to get you to that moment in time where everything comes full circle. You know, it's the opposite of addiction. Is a way you could see it. Is people are always like, oh, you want to break the cycle. This is the cycle that you want to like keep running. You know, I want my cycle to constantly be like putting in the effort. I do well. Eventually it starts failing. I reroute my way of thinking. I try to figure something else new out. I start working back up and I hit that maximum point of like, that's the progress. You know, this is the highest I've been. So, you know, if I'm sure you've seen it at this point, but that 235, even though I missed those two I missed were really close. And I was honestly just rushing it a little bit because of the energy I had from the pre-workout. But it felt really solid. And just 2 months ago, 225 was extremely scary for me. Like, it was weight that I did not think I'd be repping. And lo and behold, here we fucking are. You know, the progress really holds through. And again, you can't really compare to other people. You just gotta really put the standards aside when it comes to social shit and looking at everybody else and what people from the past have done or what people expect to be doing. You just gotta look at what you've gone through, what you think would help you, and what would make you more passionate and disciplined and consistent, and go from there. You know, this life is not as long as we think it is. You know, we have a long time, but it's only going to be a long time if we utilize that full length of time, you know? So many people will waste a lot of their life just comparing themselves to other people and not giving themselves credit for the effort they're putting in. So it's really important that you take hold of the effort that you've really been able to put in up to this point and take that pride. You know, it's something to be extraordinarily proud of, because it's something that you built. It's not something that you were told to do. It wasn't something that you had to do. It's something that you thought would be an amazing step in your life that you didn't know where it was going to go. There were no expectations. It could have ended poorly and fucked you up, but you decided, no, I'm going to commit to it and really see where it goes and really see it out just for the sake of me. You know, I tell people all the time, you have to be selfish in this life. Doesn't mean you can't be selfless, but to me, people who are selfless but like really take pride in what they do are like, I'm just talking about me. This is me projecting how I feel about myself, but I feel that I am selfishly selfless. You know, I thrive off of trying to be a positive support line to other people and uplift all the homies as well as the homies uplifting me. I genuinely fucking love it. It gets my gears turning, you know. Anyway, I digress. You know, you can take it with a grain of salt, but this was, to me, there's nothing more than just strict positivity out of this video. Like, I feel like if you are not relating or appreciating what I'm saying, then man, I wanna see you get some fucking progress. Because every time I got a homie who is down in the dumps and has some shit going on, and they just feel like they're not cut out for whatever they're doing, and they've just got a losing streak and life is out to get them, I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, I will call you every hour of the fucking day to hype you up, just to keep going and keep consistent. Because life is just a whole, like, if you want to look at it this way, life, I genuinely believe, is just a whole graph of statistics. You know, there are waves that go up and waves that go down every time. That's just, when you think about it in the long term of your entire life, you will have very high ups, very high downs. You can't control how long they last, but you can control how much they affect you. So even if life's out to get you at the moment and you feel like you're just not cut out for it, whatever, take a step back, you know, try to sleep on it, at least if you're emotional in the moment. But try to talk to the people that will uplift you and see what that actual raw positivity will do in your life. Because you might just be psyching yourself out, you know? Just give it a chance and see where it goes. If you genuinely hate it, and even after getting uplifted and trying to do your best with a good mindset, sure, do something else. But just make sure you do something else. Don't just quit after giving it one really intense shot and be like, whatever, that's it. Because a lot of people will put all their marbles in one basket, especially with college. You'll commit so hard to one field in life to the point where you don't know anything else. You can't fathom doing any other passion projects in your life because you put so much effort into this one small thing out of the billion things that you could be doing. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but just later on in life it can get stagnant. And then I know so many adults at older ages, in their 50s to 60s, who are getting close to retiring and they don't know what the fuck they're going to do with their life because they've never had anything else to do. And it's just relying on yourself to get you to that point at any point in your life, regardless of your age, to live in that moment of utmost progress, positivity, and passion. You know, just that highest point on the graph of your life. That's where you want to try to stick yourself at all times. Even if you're not there numerically, you can definitely be there mentally at a lot longer period than anything else. You know, material's always gonna kind of stay true to what it is, and you can't really change the numbers, but you can change how you think about them and change how they affect you. So take pride in what you do. Don't let the small stuff psych you out, and don't just stop giving yourself credit because you're not on a high rise right now. I ate shit for like 2 weeks in the last program, rewrote that shit, got back on it, and now we're here. And I'm repping more weight than I've ever done in my life, and I haven't gone over like 70% of my maxes in like 3 weeks, you know? There's always another side to it. So just keep it going. I'm sorry for ranting so much. Seriously, take all that shit with a grain of salt. I just love rambling on as much as I can. But I'll be back tomorrow. I got clean and jerks and back squat. I'm going to keep clean and jerks a little bit lighter. I'm going to keep doing percentage work for my Olympic lifts on my squat and bench days, so I just don't overdo it like I did last program. And then I'll rep max my back squat. And then the next day I'll rep max my bench. But we'll keep clean and jerk and snatch at like triples at like 75%, just to make sure that my joints don't explode, you know. But keep yourself safe, you know, take pride in what you do and love yourself, god damn it. So let me know how your day's been going. Let me know how the lift's been going, because I love fucking hearing about it. And you'll see me back here tomorrow. I appreciate you sticking around. See you.